My name is Dr. Nathan Groot. I am a music instructor at the Arkansas School for Mathematics, Sciences, and the Arts, where I teach string ensemble, applied string lessons, and other music courses. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Viola excerpt, Simple Gifts, which is on page 43 in your All for Strings book 3. This is number 140. This is for the junior high audition for the North region of the state. This is part of the concert orchestra packet. Okay, so first things first, when we look at a new piece of music, we should think a little bit about the key signature and the time signature. So our key signature is F major. We have one flat, and that flat is B flat. Time signature is 4/4, so there are 4 quarter notes in each measure. We start off with a pickup or anacrusis, so that is going to be 1, 2, 3. 4 and 1 is where you start with the 4 and 1. So when you're counting it out to yourself, that's how you should do it. Okay, so there is one major thing to talk about in this excerpt. The name of that thing is second position. This is a second position exercise, essentially. I mean, it's a song. We all know the song, but it's a second position exercise. So if you notice in the instructions for the North Region audition, it says all printed fingerings are required, as 2 of 3 excerpts are shifting exercises. This is a shifting exercise, and you can see right at the beginning on our C natural on the G string, it's not marked with a 3, it's marked with a 2. And there's also a Roman numeral 2 in there to tell us we are in second position. So you'll notice that there are no other fingerings marked throughout this. So this means that we have to stay in second position. Is this really the best fingering, staying in second position, never shifting? If we found simple gifts out in the wild, I would say probably not. If you were playing this for a concert or something, I would say, all right, let's put some different fingerings in there so you can be shifting back and forth, because staying in second position does make you have to cross a string for just one note, which we usually try to avoid. However, think of this less as a piece of music you find in context, to perform, and more as an etude or a study, something to help you get familiar with second position. Let's talk just a little bit about second position. First position, we're all very familiar with that. Third position, a lot of us are more familiar with third position than second position just because of how we're taught. In the English folk song, we've already done some third position stuff. Second position oftentimes seems more daunting than it really is. So I think that the best way to start here is to play a 2-octave F major scale in second position. What this will do for us is it will allow us to get rooted in the key of F major. Think about the finger patterns that are required in second position for this key, but it will also make us think about what each pitch is on our first, second, third, and fourth finger in second position, okay? So let's build up to this, okay? So let's go C, open C, D, E natural, F. We have our third finger now on F. We're going to shift up to second finger F. So we've played F, third finger. Now we're going to go back down to our second finger E, and we're going to lift off the finger pressure and slide up, and then put the finger pressure back. Importantly, make sure that you're letting go of any sort of holding on or pinching here. This is just a train on the train tracks. It's just moving up and down. We don't want anything to be moving independently. It's just our arm moving closer. That's all. That movement from an E natural to an F, that's only a half step. Your hand is only moving a tiny, tiny little bit. So don't get too caught up in, oh my goodness, this is a new thing. And it might be a new thing, but it's not like you're having to play way up in here where you have a different hand frame. From first position to second position, your hand frame is the exact same. So I think second position sometimes gets us a little bit mentally here, where we have a little bit of a block about it because we haven't used it as much, but it's actually not as hard as a lot of people think it is. All right, so you found your second finger F natural, right? So let's play that. F natural, second finger. G, third finger. A natural, fourth finger. B flat, first finger. C, second finger. D natural, third finger. E natural, fourth finger. F natural, first finger. G natural, second finger. A natural, third finger. B flat, this is going to touch our A. B flat is a half step above A. C natural, first finger. D natural, second finger. E natural, third finger. F natural is a half step above that, so third finger and fourth finger touch. All right, good. Now let's go down. F, E, D, C, B flat, A, G, F, E, D, C, B flat, A, G, F. All right, so this is the area that we're going to be living in throughout this piece, just going back and forth. I would practice that F major, that 2-octave F major scale in second position. I would practice it every day before you play Simple Gifts. So at the very beginning of this video, I played Simple Gifts for you at tempo at 84 on the metronome. I'm going to slow things down just a little bit. If you don't need this, feel free to skip ahead. But just so you can really see what the fingers are doing, I'll say the finger number as I play, okay? Just to make sure everything's really clear. Ready? And go. 2, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, 4, 1, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 1, 2, 3, 2, 4, 2, 2, 1, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, 4, 1, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1. 1, 3, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 1, 4, 3, 2, 2, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, 4, 1, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 2, 3, 2, 1, 1, 1. All right, so I hope that helps a little bit. I know sometimes it can be a little bit brain twisting to go from playing everything in first and third and then having to play in second position. I remember that myself from when I was about your age. So the toughest part about playing this in second position are the fourth fingers. In particular, the E on the G string. Going from this F natural to this E is difficult. Going from the C natural to the B flat can be as well, but the E is more difficult because it's a high 4, because you're having to reach up. It's just a really easy note to miss, to be out of tune. So really quickly, I want to address the left arm in terms of its angle. So we know about our right arm, right? So when we're changing strings, we have to do this, right? So all of this moves as one unit to change strings up and down. Our left arm does something a little bit similar. It's not nearly as big of a motion, but there's a little bit of a swinging here, okay? To keep our hand frame in line. So when we go from our first finger F natural to our fourth finger, E natural. In order to get that really in tune, we need to bring our elbow closer to the center of our body. So whenever you see that F to E natural, bringing your elbow over will help keep these fingers in line, keep your hand frame the way you want it, and allow you to reach that E natural without having to sort of contort yourself in weird ways. So practice it slowly, really pay attention to the intonation on that E natural, and be really careful about those string crossings. Rhythmically, there's not a whole lot to talk about here. We have quarter notes and eighth notes. Simple, basic stuff. The place to watch out rhythmically is in the dotted quarter note, because you're going to want to really subdivide eighth notes in your mind, okay? So, for example, in the second measure of the second line, which is measure 7, you have G, 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 A, G, F. So think about 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 as you're playing that. So that would sound like this: 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. So the reason I'm thinking about that is so that I can place that last eighth note. Click, 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 go. So I'm thinking about the 3 eighth notes that are contained within that dotted quarter in order to really time that dotted quarter note. The place where we get into trouble with dotted notes, or really anything that's long at all, half notes, dotted half notes, whole notes, is when we start to guess. When we start to think, well, it's long, so I guess I'll just hold it for a while and it'll turn out fine. Really what we have to do, though, is we have to think about the smaller rhythmic divisions. We have to subdivide them in order to really make them exactly the right duration. Finally, we have some dynamics. We have mezzo forte to start out, sort of a medium loud. We go down to mezzo piano, go back up to mezzo forte, down to mezzo piano. Measure 9 is forte, so we're nice and loud. We come down to mezzo forte, and then we go back up to forte, and then we come down. So there's a lot of ebb and flow within these dynamics. These changes from mezzo forte to mezzo piano need to be somewhat subtle, but don't be too subtle with it. So what I mean by that is whatever we're doing with our viola here, the judges or audience or whoever's listening probably is going to hear only a small percentage of what we do that we can hear under our ear. So we need to go a little bit over the top. It's often, a lot of teachers will say, do your stage makeup version. You know how stage makeup is a little bit over the top so that the audience can see it? We have to do the same thing with dynamics. So with these changes from mezzo forte to mezzo piano, make sure that these are coming through. A good way to see if they're coming through is to record yourself and listen back and see if you are really selling those dynamics, because that's definitely something that an adjudicator will listen for, in addition to good rhythm, good intonation, good tone, all these other things. So in order to achieve these dynamics, we need to regulate our weight, our speed, and our contact point with the bow. I talk about it a lot in the other videos, so I won't go super in depth, but remember that weight is the amount of weight that you transfer from your arm through the bow and into the string. Speed is how fast or slow your bow is moving, and contact point is where you are in relation to the bridge and the fingerboard. So you regulate those variables to create the dynamic level that you are after. So one more thing with the bow, you'll notice that in measure 7, we have a slur on the nut bow, right? We're used to that. It's the one we're counting really hard because it's a dotted quarter note. But then in measure 9 and in measure 10, we have a hooked bowing. So this looks like a slur, but it has tenutos over the notes. So anything that's slurred but has an articulation, in addition to that, is going to be a hooked bowing. This means that instead of going like this, we're going to re-articulate. So, just to compare, here's measure 7. Here's measure 9. So it involves stopping the bow and re-articulating that note. Okay, I hope that this video was somewhat useful to you. I didn't do the thing that I normally do where we play it at different tempos because it's just not all that fast of a piece. If you have any requests for me to come back to this and add to this in any way, let me know. Or maybe questions or things I didn't address. I'd be happy to do that. But otherwise, I wish you the very best of luck in your upcoming audition, and as always, happy practicing.